Good morning and welcome to the Heffron Centre, and it's another miserable morning here in Maroubra, and we've gone for the sheltered position here at the moment. And as you can see, we do have some players on the field. Campbell Graham's out there, and I'm just going to check the stream before we proceed. So yeah, it's just a unfortunate that the weather is against us today. Campbell's out there. I'm just, like I said, I'll just check the stream. So just let me have a listen. There it is. So I've got Oscar Zechner. So here we go over to the boys. Sorry. Oscar Zechner and David Morton. And Dave said the stream sounds perfect. Well, that's what I like to hear. So yeah, when I come out here this morning, the heavens opened up, and usually we're over there where the cameraman's setting up now, but where we are here is underneath a protected awning. Oscar knows where we are. So we're a little bit back from the action, but having said that, we just lost a bit of focus there. That's okay, we're back. The light didn't like that. So the boys are not out here yet. It's just Campbell, and I can report that when I first got here and like I said, and it started pouring rain, the cheese was out there, Brandon Smith, and also so was Peter Mamazelos. So the rehab group was out here. You didn't get to see them on the stream. They've gone inside. But now there's another rehab group, and I think that other fella there with Stretch is a young fella called Max McCarthy. There might be some family watching that can confirm that. He's behind the pole at the moment, so I can't see. And I know who is here also, Norro over the back. Norro's a real regular these days. And that's not him at the back there. But yeah, I think that is Max McCarthy. Let me just bring him in on a little bit. So I think he's been in rehab for quite a while now. So yeah, there he is, Stretch. Now I don't know if he's playing or what's going on, but he's obviously going through his motions, going through the paces now. And anyway, welcome everyone to Bunnies TV, and we are officially beginning because Bud's on the field. He's always the first man out, always keen as mustard, and let's hope he's keen tomorrow when they take on the doggies out there at Accor Stadium. It's a big game coming up. Doggies have got their origin players out. No Burton because he's 18th man. So it's a good time to get him. Oh, a little flick there from Bud. Nice, mate. That'll make the highlight reel. And anyway, we're looking into the sun now. So it's always the way. The sun is beaming now. And we're looking straight into it. So we'll do our best. We can't move down closer to the fence now because all the gear's set up here with the laptop and everything to go live. But welcome to everyone who's live chatting. We'll go back across. And you're going to have to just put up with the people in the way here. So you're just in the crowd here. That's all it is. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You just walk past whenever you like. No problem whatsoever. There's Sean Keppie's come out. And so, yeah, we just had to go to Plan B today because of the weather. But it's not too bad. Last time we did it was last week, actually, when it was raining, and we had Trent Simpson from Channel 10 down on the fence with his umbrella up. Any regulars of the show would have seen him. He got in the shot quite a bit. But no worries. You saw what was going on. And here we are. So it is a double header. So today we've got the Rabbitohs women's team in action at 12:30, their first trial match against the Cronulla Sharks. And I was actually out there last evening and met some of the new girls and got some photos and videos. You can have a look at that on Bunnies TV. And so yeah, they got their first trial. They got their first game in about 3 weeks. They're playing I think it's the Winnie Magpies out there at the Centre of Excellence on the Monday. So yeah, they got their first trial at Redfern, and then following that game is the Jersey Flag, and they're taking on the Doggies as well. And we'll go out in the field. Not too many out here yet, but I think we timed it quite well when we came on. There's Miles Minto, Jersey Flag player, staff member, male model for the club, does it all, does Miles. There's Bud, little handshake. All right. So yeah, it's either sunny or miserably rain. Morning. Miserable rain, and here's the pocket rocket. The fullback's out, so there he is, Jai Gray. So yeah, double header today at Redfern and a double header tomorrow at Accor. And I'm going up there with Gus Gallen. I'm going early, and we're going on a little tour. So thanks to Gus. So if you're just joining us, there's our centre. It's been named on the extended bench stretch, and I don't know if he's passing a fitness test or what he's doing, but there he is. We shall see. Now I have got some other breaking news. Regulars that watched the show on Wednesday when I talked about RG, Ryan Gray, well, I can exclusively reveal that RG is going to make his NRL debut on Sunday. Good on you, mate. He's been named as 18th man, but he's going to come in. And the reason I know this is because the family and the Mrs. Cian were in the cafe this morning. So there's going to be a jersey presentation. So look for that news coming up. I'll have to speak to Wayne Bennett about it. But yeah, Ryan Gray, RG. Because the reason that's happened is because last week Humphreys was off the bench to give Havili a break. And there's a few people coming in now. I'll just pan back and show you. There's a camera and a few people on the fence and braving the elements. It has stopped now, but the clouds are looking a little bit grey, so who knows what we're going to get. But anyway, so yeah, back to that. Yeah, RG, the reason he's been brought in is because now we have got Humphrey's gone back to halfback, and so there's no hooker off the bench to give Lever a break. So I think that's what RG is going to do, and he'll be out here in a minute. You can bet your life on it, he'll be out here. And there's Jai Gray. Now there's Blonky over there. Now I'm not sure who's going to drop off the bench, but it could be Blonky. I don't know. I'm only guessing. So there's a question for Bennett anyway. Coach Bennett in the presser. I haven't got a whole lot prepared for him, but that is one thing that I'm going to ask him is what's doing with the 1 to 17. Is he happy to reveal it? He might not want to tell anyone, but I've just told you now. So sorry if I let the cat out of the bag, but anyway. And we don't know if Stretcher's coming in, so if he comes in, we'll have to drop someone else out of the team. And here he is. Look, there he is there. RG, the little ones, family. So, for those that don't know him, he's been at the club for a couple of years. I think he came to us from the Bulldogs. He played a bit of lower grades at the Bulldogs. He's a skillful hooker. He's a good footballer, this young fella. He likes to run the footy. He gives excellent service from dummy half. And you're going to get to see him in the big show against his former club, the Doggies, on Sunday. So we do like a breaking story here on Bunnies TV. And that's why a lot of you all tune in to see what's doing. And there's Humphreys. So he's the one I was just talking about. So Jamie's gone from backup hooker back to 7. So we needed a backup hooker. And look no further than this man here, the man they call RG, Ryan Gray. And there's Cass with him there. So I'm not sure if Tass's position is in danger. I don't know who drops out for Graham if he's in, but maybe he's not in, so we won't have to worry about that till that happens. But it might be Tass, it might be Tai Tai. I don't know. They'll have to drop someone, because if Stretch comes in at centre, someone has got to go. Anyway, well, while we're managing here, like I said, the rain has forced us into a sheltered position, and there's Tai Tai out there now. Tyrone, got the ball on cue, and we've just got to look over the top of cameras and heads. But hey, look, regulars will know that we go above and beyond here on Bunnies TV. The show must go on, and no cancelling the stream, because I know there's people that are, you know, looking forward to watching the mighty Rabbitohs, and this is the only place you can watch the Captains Run live and free on Bunnies TV. And you're watching this on our George's camera, and I'm zooming in here with a 30 times digital zoom on Tai Tai. What number is that? Rabbitoh what? 1191. There you go. Crystal clear in 4K of the Tyrone Munro. And we need him to explode on that right wing on Sunday. Please, mate. Please, please, please. Let's go over here. Now here's Coach Bennett coming out, the super coach. There he is, and there's Ewan Aiken. They're calling him the Ewan Aker. The Ewanator. Where's Wayne? He's gone behind the pole. There he is. Someone's playing Glory, Glory to South Sydney over there. They've got the bit of music, a bit of theme music for us here. So, yeah, and you can live chat, and I will have a look at the live chat in a minute. Welcome to everyone who is live chatting. If you've just joined us, it was pouring rain here about 15 minutes ago when I was setting up. And there's AJ. So we've gone to a sheltered position. We're back under the awning here, the only place where you can film and not get wet. And obviously water and all this equipment does not go together. The laptop, the camcorder. I've also got the Sony A74 with the zoom lens set up. But yeah, no one's operating that at the moment. It's on autopilot. There's Keon. So Keon back from Origin. And wasn't that funny when Gus Gould blew up that, you know, Stretch wasn't available for Origin, so he couldn't be named 18th man, but Burton was, and so he can't play Origin. So yeah, you get enough breaks over there at the Dogs, so tough luck. We get Keon, you don't get Burton, we get Stretch hopefully. And we're going to need them all hands on deck, including this fella who's been playing super footy in the middle at prop since he's been moved to the middle, as you'll agree. And here's the whistle. So we have only got a limited amount of time here before his camera's off. And the one thing about when it's lighted like this is that it's easy to film because there's no bright sun coming across the lens. So I can zoom in, and it's quite a nice video image like this. And a bit easier to film when it's not blaring sun. And unfortunately, like I said, I've just got to look over the heads of a few people. There's Kepi and RG. There's RG again. And there's Hubby. Now, I did ask Jai Gray about Ryan Gray in Monday's press conference. So the regulars will know that it was on the cards that he's playing. So let me just fix the camera up here. I like to fix the... Get it a bit more level. There we go. Yeah, so it's no surprise to regulars that he's playing, because he's going to give this bloke here a rest, Leva Havili, Saliva, because we've got no Mamazelos. And even though he's running around now, Pete, he doesn't look too far away. He's not available this week, and he hasn't been named. So AJ, another one to watch. 211 NRL tries. He is only 11 tries shy of the great Ken Irvine's 212 try record. And to all the people that are saying, oh, look, there was no corner post back in the day and this and that, look, there's a lot of variables. It's very hard to compare eras. I think back in the day it was unlimited tackles when Ken Irvine was playing. So, you know, he had a different set of rules, and then, you know, a lot of his tries might not have been tries because there was no video ref. And AJ doesn't take the corner post out very often. So this bloke is an elite footballer who is one of the greatest try scorers of all time. He's about to be the GOAT in a short space of time. He will be the greatest of all time try scorer. There's no doubt about it. And we saw him in here yesterday when I was having a walk with the former players, and he come in and he was having a meeting, and we saw the great Chimes in here as well, Steve Gillis. He's come in for a bit of physio or something, so yeah. The Laperouse Panther, the PNG Kummel. And you know, regulars will know that we feature him on this channel because it's a great story. Not very often that anyone is the goat at anything, and this bloke can sniff out a try. Just give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Taking this bloke here. Be nice to see him scoring another one on the left edge there. He scored an early one against the Raiders and we thought we were on there. We thought, oh, hello, beautiful, but didn't happen, unfortunately. So we'll stick with this until it's camera's off, and then we'll pack up and we'll get ready for the presser. And then I'm off to Redfern to film a bit of the girls, the women's team. And like I said, it's a double header out there. The flag's on after them, and the flag's interesting too because there is 9 SG ball players named in that flag team. And I did see Dave Ferner, the head of the pathways, in here on Friday morning as well. Not that I want to keep dropping names about who I saw on Friday morning, but I did see him and he had a chat, and he did say that he wants to have a look at a few of these SG ball lads and see how they aim up in the 21s, the 19-year-old boys. And there's Jack White and Captain Jack. So you see them all here on Bunnies TV, and I think there might be a little bit of a sprinkle of rain again. So I don't know. Yeah, so the rain really is yeah, it has. It started raining again, so I just looked off camera then, looking at the brollies. There's a few brollies up. So yeah, we couldn't have gone back out into that position because, as you can imagine, there's no shelter, and we need shelter to survive here, for the cameras to survive. So I'm just going to drop it back here in a sec. I'm just going to turn on my other camera, which I've got here. I've got the Sony A74 with, thanks to George's cameras, and that's got the Tamron zoom lens on it. So what I often do is just set and forget that one. So I'm just going to point it over at the boys and press record. There we go, just press and record on the boys, and you usually get a bit of content out of that. That shoots in full frame 4K, which is great. Now I can see there's some live chatters. I'm having a look down. Cess Payne, Kieran, Latrell. Don't think that's actually Latrell. He might be a Latrell in Origin. How good's Origin 2 shaping up to be? So I'll just zoom in. But yeah, Trell. We've lost Mitch Moses, which was a bit of a blow. Mitch Moses has been playing well, and look, personally, I think I would have went with Matt Burton because Matt Burton played pretty good in last week, but they went for Luai, and we can understand why. He's an experienced man. He's obviously played a lot of footy with Naif Cleary, so yeah, I can understand the pairing. But you know, Burton's puts those bombs up, and he's a good runner of the footy. He's a big body, so I just think, why have you got him there as 18th man? He's a 5'8", and then you bring in Luai. But anyway, I know there's some people that aren't a big fan of Burton, but I hope it works out. And that's the 18th man who the Bulldogs don't get, and we get our 19th man, Keon, and he was unlucky to miss out too, I think. There he is there on screen, and you know, they went for Stefano, and you know, I don't really watch a lot of the Storm games, so I can't tell you much about Stefano, and there's Noro back over there. Look at him, he loves it, absolutely loves it, and he gets right in there and encourages the boys. And so yeah, so that's where you can come and watch if you're here at the Heffron Centre. You can watch the boys that close in Heffron Park. But if you can't get here, then you get to watch it live and free on Bunnies TV. Thanks very much. You're welcome. And there's Davey Mawali, and I just told you that I was at the women's training and I saw Monica Mawali there, who was at the club a couple of years ago, and I'm not sure where she's been, but she's back. And there's a couple of new faces there. Like I said, it was a very interesting night to meet some of the new girls, and they're looking pretty strong. Jasmine Tupou-Wishman's back. She had a run with the NRLW Cowboys last year, I think. Sally Maylangi, I think she played for the Sharks last year. So we've got a Sharks player and they've got a couple of ours. Cian, which is RG's missus, is actually a former Rabbitoh and she's at the Sharks this year. So there you go. It's a power footy couple. And there's going to be a jersey presentation. So if you're just joining us, the breaking news is that RG, there he is, right on cue, runs into camera. The New South Wales Cup hooker, who has been named 18th man, but you know, so I sort of guessed it straight away. I don't want to take credit for knowing all, but I know that Bennett said last week he wanted Humphreys there as backup off the bench for Lever Haveli as the sun breaks through again. And so yeah, and I suppose he didn't want to pick him in the 17. He mightn't have been sure what he was going to do, but that's going to happen now. So there's going to be a jersey presentation. The family's here, and good luck to him. Hope he has a blinder. And I think I said it on Wednesday's video of the boys training that I wouldn't have a problem with him starting because, like I said, he's a good football player, and he won't look out of place in NRL. That's what I'm tipping. So look for him to come on and have an impact because he likes to run the footy, and that's what you want from your number 9. You don't want him just giving great service. He does that too. Good passing game. But he will run the footy, and he's not small either. He's quite tall. He's RG. There he is. See? Quite a tall fella. And we've got to love a debutant here on Bunnies TV. Now, I'm not sure what it is. It's in the 2000s now, I think, 2000 and something. So maybe 2005 or something. You've got Rabbitohs 757 here. Steve Maven on the camera. I got that number back in 1987, so there's been a whole lot of Rabbitohs since, including a few of the boys out here now. Well, all the boys out here now, just about, except for RG. And he's about to get a number. He's about to be given the honour of representing this mighty club out there at Accor Stadium. And I might ask Coach Bennett about what he thinks of the move to Allianz. How's it going? And it wasn't too encouraging listening to Chris Minns the other day saying there's a contract in place for South at Accor and there's complications. So he didn't say, oh, yeah, let South come to Allianz. He's still got problems with it. So watch this space. Let's hope it happens. But it's not happening at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, so yeah, Origin 2, Trell Mitt in the centres, him and Steve Crichton. Let's hope they go over there and carve up Queensland. Proud New South Welshman here too, behind the camera, born and bred in south of Sydney. Take me home Botany Road, and so yeah, a few Queenslanders out here, and there's one there, hubby. And I did ask Lockie and also Jai about Queensland's chances, and they both said they'll bounce back. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, to tell you the truth. I've been watching Origin long enough to know that you never doubt a Queensland side with their backs to the wall. They're going to need a mighty effort, but they've got the talent in the ranks. The Munsters and Pongers, Harry Grant. So if they come out and shock the Blues, I wouldn't be surprised. But if we play like we've been playing, with great skill, then I think we'll be okay. Now the coach has got the hoodie on there, the rain jacket, the great man. And when his camera's off, I will have a look at the live chat, so keep live chatting away, and I appreciate that. And there's RG and Dummy Huff now. So there you go. And I think it's going to be cameras off soon because that is considered ball work, and we don't usually film the ball work, but it's just a warm-up drill, I think. But anyway, where is Jez? Is he coming? No, he's looking over there, so we're going to get a bit of this. They let us film a bit of the ball work the other day. You're all right, go in. It's all good. Some more people coming in now to watch the boys. We've got some lads over here too. I'll just bring you over here, a bit closer. So yeah, just a few drills, tie, a few bombs. Yeah, look at that, no problem. We want you doing that against the Dogs because I'm sure they'll be putting a few up for him. Tie. They won't be Burton bombs at least. There's another one. AJ. He's safe under the high ball, no doubt about it. Oh, there you go. Is that it, Jez? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so, all right. So I knew that wouldn't be too long, and I will just turn away the camera. I'll turn it around here, and I'll have a look at the. Hello. I got the Marquis Foundation beanie on today because it's a bit cold. Yeah, have a cry, Gus, for Cess Payne. Yeah, that's obviously about the Gus Gould having a whinge about Matt Burton not being available. So yeah, tough luck, but these things happen, you know. All right, we'll go back. So we had Oscar Zechner in there. Hello, legend. See you at Redfern a bit later. And I better turn this other camera off because that's still running too. Okay. We don't want to be getting in any trouble for filming stuff we're not allowed to. Yeah, I just had the other one on autopilot like I told you. So Kieran, and he says, does our bench change this weekend, you reckon? So yeah, well, that was early on and I've already spoken about that, so I think it will. I do think that it will. I think that we're going to see Ryan Gray come into the 17, and I'm not sure if Campbell Graham's going to play, but he was out there doing a fitness test this morning, so that could well happen. A couple of questions for me to ask the Supercoach in the press conference coming up soon. So after this, I'll pack up, I'll go in, I'll get ready for Coach Bennett, and you know, try and think of a few more questions because I don't like to go in under-prepared, as you can imagine. If you're not prepared in there, he sort of cuts you to pieces as the great coach. And TSG channel member, thank you for that. Thank you for your support. He says, Havili is not a hooker, he's a bulldozer. Bud should be the hooker. So there you go. So Sullivan should be, well, he tackles all right, Bud too, so I wouldn't have a problem with that. Cess Payne said, g'day. Matt Dixon said, did you hear about Cobbo? Well, I did hear about Cobbo, and that's just in the press, and nothing's happened from that, so we don't know what's happening with that. But look, someone says, I don't think do you think we'll sign him? Well, I don't know. He's a good player, so I'd be happy for him to come, but I think what a lot of people have been saying is we need some big boppers, some big front rowers, and some big bodies, and if they can put their priorities into that, I think I'd be more happy with that. And no, so Kieran, I asked him this. So if you watched Monday's press conference, not Monday, I keep saying Monday. If you watch Wednesday's press conference, tongue-tied, with Jai Gray, I did ask him if Ryan's related, and they're not related, but they have played together in New South Wales Cup, and Jai gave him a rap. He said, you know, he's a fantastic footballer, and gave him a huge rap. So if you haven't heard that, you can go back on Bunnies TV and look at the Jai Gray interview, and I do ask him about Ryan Gray, and he says some really good things about him. Now Latrell said, it's Latrell in the chat here, but I'm not sure it's the real Latrell, because he said, what happened to Campbell Graham? So if it was really Latrell, you'd know, mate. He had back spasms, and he was a late withdrawal last week, then he was unavailable for Origin. He was out of the rehab group this morning, as was Brandon Smith and also Peter Mamazelos. Carlix NC, hello Carlix. Gus loves to have a cry. Morning Mavo and chat. Yeah, I did enjoy that when he was having a whinge about not having Matt Burton. But you know what? Even without Matt Burton and Steve Crichton and Max King, they're still going to be hard to beat. As you know, they've got a good side. Plenty of depth at the Bulldogs. And TSG said, Gus and Gal, two tools. Okay, that's on 100% footy. I'm not sure they watch this show anyway, so it doesn't matter. You can say what you like about them. And Carlick said, as a Northern South tragic, love that you get out and film these days for us. Much appreciated. Well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. I do enjoy doing it. There's probably about 30 or odd people around now. The rain stopped. The boys are out on the field, so I will wrap it up. We managed to survive the downpour. And as you could see, it started raining during the filming, so we can't film out in the rain because obviously the laptop and the cameras, they're not waterproof. So thanks again. We're brought to you by the Juniors group of clubs, and they've got some great shows coming up. Head to thejuniors.com.au, and also our friends at George's Cameras. Go into the George Street store tell them Mavo from Bunnies TV sent you, and they will look after you. So what's coming up? I'm going to be going out and having a look at the girls today at Redfern. I'm going to be looking at the Flegg boys, and I'm also going to be at the game tomorrow. So if you're out at the game, come say good day. See you later.